We welcome Dr. Wilbur Brown. Look at that snazzy time.
Thank you. How was everybody this morning? Good, good. I had planned for this to be an interactive kind of a session where we get a chance to dialogue and ask questions and answer questions, kind of think about some of the issues that are important to me and hopefully important to you. That's the issue of time. Have you ever wondered why some people get through life with a lot of ease and facility and they get a lot of things done, and some other folks kind of go through life and they don't get much done at all and wonder what happened to their time? See, the reality is we can't manage time. We talk about time management. We really can't manage time. Time does not discriminate. Everybody gets 24 hours. Nobody gets any more, nobody gets any less. We all get 24 hours per day. So the issue becomes, how do we manage ourselves with the time that we are blessed to have? How do we manage ourselves? It's amazing how we try to manage other people, but we can't manage ourselves. So I want to talk about the issue of time and how we can think about time in a different way. I have planned to put up several things about time. Let me just kind of go through them. I have to apologize for the technology that we are having difficulties with. You know, when you use somebody else's building and there's nobody here to kind of show you because people kind of jury things and you know how you travel from place to place, it's always a challenge. But just a couple things. What accounts for the difference in what people accomplish in life, given the fact that we all have a certain life? What accounts for that difference? Does it mean that some people are smarter than others? Have more intelligence than others? It's none of those kinds of issues. Some of the people who accomplish so much in life, many times are just average people. Some of them go through life with successive failures. Or another way of saying that, they have less than successful outcomes. But they don't let those outcomes define who they are and what they're capable of doing. They learn from those outcomes, they pick themselves up, they dust themselves off, and they go out there and they try it again. And that becomes an issue of how we think. And by the way, I would like you to have this presentation, so we're going to try to get you or some way to send it to you, whether it's by way of Facebook or email. And so I think it's a rather good presentation. I have some models that I work with. So we know it's how we think. Thinking is so important. And the way we think determines so much of our motivations. See, if you believe you can't do something, chances are you won't spend a lot of time trying to figure out ways to get it done. If you really believe you can't do it. So the model is the way we think determines our motivations. Our motivations determine our actions and our behaviors. Our actions and our behaviors. And our actions and our behaviors become habits. The issue of time is an issue of habit. See, I don't like going anywhere late. That's a habit. You know, I'm up every morning about 4:15. I don't have to be to work until 7:30. Almost everyone no later than 6:15. Because if I'm there at 6:15, I can get there, and I can get my head straight and pray and listen to music and things like that. And I'm off to a good day. Because time to think and meditate is important.
Right.
You kind of get your thoughts together.
That's right.
Brother Nate, I think the same way, but he's ready to go. He was down early this morning, ready to go. Yesterday, getting ready to leave, he's ready to go. Because I can imagine you understand the importance of time and doing something early, making time or making early a habit. Then habits determine our character. The habits that we form determine our character. There's so much out there about character. Character is so important. We had a discussion yesterday, and I talked about most people who know me know I'm pretty much the same all the time.
That's right.
Doesn't matter what's going on around me. I'm pretty much the same all the time. And I can have horrible days, but I shouldn't let that become your problem. So my character is very important. So if I have the right habits, I can develop the right character.
Yeah.
The right character. And our character determines our destiny or our
I
outcomes.
like that. Right. I like that.
So that's the model.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes.
Our thinking, our thoughts determine our motivations. Our motivations determine our action behaviors.
Yes.
Action behaviors become habits. Habits determine character. Character determines outcome and also your destiny.
My God. Lord Jesus. That's like that.
So, if that's true, and I really believe that's true, and I try to comport my life that way in terms of the things that I do and how I approach things, how I deal with people, etc. Because it's about honesty, it's about keeping your word, it's about doing what you say you're going to do. It's about basically building a reputation. When somebody mentions your name, they're going to say the kinds of things that they know about you, and whether it's good or bad. See, our reputations tend to precede us. Our reputations go before we get
That's
there.
right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Your reputation shows up first,
That's right.
and then you physically show up later on.
Yes.
That's kind of the way it is. Having the right reputation is extremely important. We said we have a half hour, thereabouts.
Lord Jesus.
I have a lot to read. Couple things. Managing for efficiency and effectiveness. We have to manage for efficiency and effectiveness. It just doesn't happen. You have to manage for it. You have to think about it. What's the best way of doing something? So if I'm using my time wisely, you can sit down and kind of think things through. How I'm going to get this, how am I going to go this place, how am I going to go, but I have to really sit down and kind of think about it. And we can manage how we're going to be effective, how we're going to be efficient. So that's a process also. There will always be things we have to do. And whether we are parents, whether we work a job, and we have to decide how are we going to prioritize our work. There's so many things competing for our time. There can be things that are urgent but not important. Think about that for a moment.
Yes, indeed.
There can be things that are urgent but they're not important. So you have to kind of sit down and think about it. This is urgent, but it's not that important. And kind of, do to-do list. I used to have them all the time. I would have a to-do list. Every day I'm going to do this. And I have to kind of figure out what's urgent and certain things I have to get done that are very important. There's some other things that are urgent, but I don't have time to get those things done. And my mom told me something once that, because I thought I could do everything at one time. And she told me, she said, well, you can afford to have people do things like that for you, because I felt that to be a good parent, as a single parent, I had to wash, I had to iron, I had to do everything myself. She said, you don't have to do that. You can afford to have somebody do it for you. It never dawned upon me that I could do that. And so things I can't do, I don't spend a lot of time worrying about it.
That's right.
And I don't have any shame because somebody else can do it, I can't do it.
That's right.
Because it's easy to say, well, I'm a man, I'm supposed to, no, I don't have to do that.
That's right. That's right. Priority.
If I have a problem with air conditioning, I call Brother Fred. That problem, I call,
That's right.
Brother Chadwick.
Yeah. Yes.
Because I can learn it.
That's right.
Because I really believe I can learn anything anybody else can learn. But other things are more important to me than trying to as we say, get it, try to stay, don't get in somebody else's lane. Let them do their job.
Yes, come on, yes, you're teaching us.
And so, if we think about it in that context, yeah, we can have a to-do list, but there's certain things that we don't have to do. We figure out how do we get somebody to do it for us. We can bless them at the same time.
Amen.
I can do it myself. So it's about a to-do list, prioritizing our work, things that are urgent, things that are important, and go from there. Here's a big one. Procrastination. People always ask, how do you get so much done? I said, because when I set my mind to do something, I get it done. I'm not as smart as anybody else. But if I'm going to do it, if I check, I'm going to do it. And I set my mind to get it done. I figure out, I might not know how.
Yes.
I don't need to know how.
Come on, say that. Say that.
I can figure out, later on how to do that.
Come on.
Once I say, oh yeah, I'm going to do that. And then I set about trying to get it done.
That's right. Come on. Yes.
And surprisingly, maybe not so surprisingly, when I start doing things, I begin to see things that can help me accomplish what I'm trying to do.
Come on now. That's good.
Like it's almost like things just kind of show up. I'm here to help you.
Yep. Come on, teach that. Yep. Yes, Lord.
But we have to set our minds that that's what we're going to do.
Yes.
So, but procrastination. Some very smart people don't accomplish anything in life.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Because they procrastinate. They can't get things done. I tend not to start a lot of projects. There's some folks who start projects all the time.
Never
They
finish.
never finish. It sounds good, but what do you have to show for it?
That's right.
What are the results? So procrastination is very important. Those projects that you want to do, find those that are important to do, find them, do them. Finish that, get toward it, jump on another one. And see, in a strange kind of way, when people have all these projects going on, they feel overwhelmed. And they start feeling helpless about accomplishing anything. And helplessness is a very fascinating, it's called learned helplessness. It's a fascinating phenomenon. How people learn to become helpless. How they're conditioned to become helpless. Many times by the way they are reared or raised. Sometimes things they pick up in what we call the social environment.
Yes.
They learn to become helpless.
Teachers.
And when they learn to become helpless, it's a mental condition. Because they really believe their actions will not produce an outcome. So they stop trying. They don't respond. Even when there are things to help them accomplish what they need to accomplish, they don't even see them. It's almost like the mental switches are shut off. They don't see what can help them. They don't see what's even possible. Because the thought process is that my response will not give me an outcome. So therefore, it makes more sense, logically, not to even try.
All right.
So they don't try.
That's right.
And many people go back in their lives and realize where they have kind of learned that condition. You talk to kids, well, why they can't do math? They can tell you when they learn how to do math. So bad experience sometimes they can't do math. Or they believe they can't do math.
That's right.
Just one bad experience can extinguish that thought process. I can do anything as a little child. But at a certain point in time, all of a sudden I can't do anything. Interesting phenomenon. Learn helplessness. Set deadlines. Set deadlines. Talk about goal setting. If you have a deadline, that's kind of, I want to say etched in stone, but at least it's rather as a firm deadline. Sometimes you have to make adjustments to where you're trying to get. But at least have some date, some terminal date that you're going to accomplish something. Because it kind of forces you That's if you're committed to it. If you're not committed to it, it doesn't matter what you say.
Yes, come on. Yes.
It doesn't matter. Because it keeps you focused
He is helping.
if you have deadline.
Yeah.
The last book I wrote was titled Unbelievable Blessings.
Yes.
And I had thought about the book for a while. I told Cynthia, I said, I really need to write this book. Unbelievable, because I've been blessed. I talk about the blessing of time. Just the blessing of time.
That's right. Yeah.
The blessing of life.
Yes.
And I sat and I thought about it for several weeks. And I set myself a deadline that I'm going to get this book out in 6 weeks. And I got it out in 6 weeks. From the time I sat down and started typing, the time it came off the press, it was 6 weeks.
That's right.
Wow.
Because I had written the book in my mind. And I kind of knew how I wanted to set it out, lay it out, the different blessings. And I, this in the slide also. Because what I realized is that we all have so much to be blessed for. Because what circumstances we're facing in life.
That's right.
We have so much to be thankful for. I was a single parent from the time my son was 4. And I started looking at that as a blessing rather than a burden. That was a blessing. I didn't see it at the time, but it was a blessing. And Cynthia can't understand my relationship with my son. She said, he's such a nice young man. Do you love him? I said, of course I love him. She said, well, you don't call him? I said, I have to call him all the time. He knows he's a grown man. He called me. He'll call me, well, Dad, what do you think about this? I don't need to be in his business.
That's right. Wow. That's good.
That's his business. He knows if he has an issue, or concern, he knows he can call me.
That's right. That's right.
And Cynthia met a young lady who was dating. She said, I don't like her. I said, it's his business. She said, no, we don't. I said, no, I don't have anything to say about that. I don't have one word to say about it. That's not my business. I said, and she said, he said, well, suppose she marries me. I don't have to live with it. I don't care. I don't have to live with it. That's his business. But I see it as a blessing.
That's right. That's
We have that kind of relationship. He's a good kid. Young man, he's going to be 49 this year, believe it or not.
49. Wow.
But anyway, I don't know how I got on that subject, but okay. Another thing, start early. Turn advantage of your time. Start early. It's like getting up early in the morning.
Yes, yes.
I start early. I can think. I can meditate. I kind of get my day planned in my head.
Yeah.
I hate getting the last minute rushing someplace. So I'm up early, on the road, all the traffic, and I'm always concerned about eventualities. Supposed to have a flat tire, things. Not that I wish that, but you have to think. You don't wait till the last minute to do anything. That's how my philosophy. So start early, because you can avoid stress. Nothing else. Avoid stress. I tend not to get stressed about too many things at all. What's my expression? Things gonna work out. Things gonna work out. And the last thing I have here is to appreciate your blessings. One more time.
Amen.
Just appreciate your blessings.
Amen.
And we do have so many blessings. The blessing of struggle.
That's right.
Think about that. The blessing of struggle. What struggle can do for you. Blessing can be, absolutely. It can be a blessing. The issue of struggle. I talk with students about being in college. They didn't know where my next meal was coming from. Couldn't tell you. But it kept me focused. I knew I had to get in there and get out in 8 years. I couldn't play around. I couldn't go to the student union and do all the things that kids. I had to get in college because I was paying my own way. Didn't get a scholarship. And, you know, growing up in a family of 10 kids, your parent, and I'm the oldest boy, 3 days out of high school, you're on your own. So you couldn't look at family up. You had to do it yourself. But it makes you a man real soon. And you know how to maneuver through life and negotiate things. And that's really what it's about.
That's right, come on.
Figure out how to negotiate, how to do things, how to deal with people. How to deal with people. And you're going to meet all kinds of people, and you know that. You're going to work with all kinds of people. You still got to figure out how do I deal with them? How do I get along with them? How do I see the best in them? When many times they don't see the best in themselves. So that's the challenge. How to deal with them and try to find the best in them when they don't see the best in themselves.
That's right, that's right, that's right.
I want to read something to you, and I want you to just kind of think about it. And some of you may have seen it before. Here it is. I am your constant companion. I am your greatest helper or your heaviest burden. I will push you onward or drag you down to failure. I am completely at your command. Half of the things you do, you might as well turn over to me, and I will do them quickly and correctly. I am easily managed. You must be firm with me. Show me exactly how you want something done, and after a few lessons, I will do it automatically. I am the servant of great people and alas, of all failures as well. Those who are great, I have made great. Those who are failures, I have made failures. I am not a machine, though. I work with the precision of a machine, plus the intelligence of a person. You may run me for profit or run me for ruin. It makes no difference to me. Take me, train me, be firm with me, and I will place the world at your feet. Be easy with me, and I will destroy you. Who am I? I am habit.
Wow.
Wow.
Real good.
Habits will destroy you.
Yes,
Good or bad, they will destroy you.
that's true.
Yeah. So habit is extremely important. It's extremely important. A couple other things. I'm not sure I'm going on time. I have the models that say we find some way to get in contact with you, and I will make sure I say this. I heard something some time ago. An old man talked about 3 kinds of people. He said, there are foolish people. There are foolish people. Foolish people almost never learn from their mistakes. They keep doing the same things, many times very foolish things, over and over and over again. And he said there are smart people. He said smart people eventually learn from their mistakes. He said there are wise people. Wise people learn from other people's mistakes. I was listening to Lisa talking about Lisa video, and I'm still just so amazed at the people who will still pick up habits that we know will kill them. They still pick them up.
Amen.
I've never smoked. Never, in a sense, when I was in college, you're in college, you want to kind of look studious, and you walk around piping, that kind of thing. I did it for about a week until I had the worst sore throat in my life. Never touched a cigarette product again. So I knew that couldn't be good for me. Didn't matter what I walked around trying to look studious, and with the worst sore throat you can imagine. But look how many people basically pay to kill themselves.
That's true.
Illegal drugs. Various kinds of methods pay to kill themselves. To me, that's foolish. I want to talk about a couple of principles. And this is from my little book of big principles. And the principle is, the world owes us nothing.
That's right.
The world owes us nothing. We didn't get here from our own choosing. It had nothing to do with how we got here. We had nothing to do with it. So we're here, but the world owes us nothing. What we get out of life is a proportion of what we put into it. Doesn't owe us anything. Another principle is this. It is from our greatest challenges that we often discover our true strengths.
That's right.
From our greatest challenges, we can learn just how strong we are, how much we can endure, what we're capable of doing from challenges that we have. Most people avoid challenge. First time I give up. I can't endure it. Lazy will bump in the road, okay, well, you know. But if you stick with it, you can figure sometimes that's what I'm supposed to do. I can become very good. I am good at it. I have to work at it. I have to practice, I have to hone my skills, but I can do that. A couple other things. I wrote a book in 2013 titled The 7 C's of Success. The letter C. And the 7 C's are curiosity. That's the first C. Becoming curious about things. I'm an avid reader. I used to love to read. I'm curious about it. And I'll wonder at times about things. So I'm trying to have a curious mind about things, about everything, the universe or whatever. So I think, that does something when you become curious about things. Just don't accept things. Become curious. Do some research. I'll do research on something in a heartbeat. Another challenge, C is challenge. Understand the importance of challenge. Challenge helps us become better. So challenge can be good. Change. A lot of folks avoid change. Nothing's wrong with change. Things are changing all the time, whether you realize it or not. Next one is courage. Having courage to do something, to step out. Many times on faith. Just the courage to do that. Collaboration, knowing that we can't do anything ourselves. We have to figure out how to collaborate with people, even people we don't like sometimes. We learn how to collaborate with them. They have something I need. Okay, what can I offer them? What can they offer me? Collaborate. Being committed to something. There's some folks who are not committed to anything.
That's true. All right.
Have to be committed to something. Commitment is very important. And the last one is compassion. Compassion. You look at some of the things that go on around us out in the political world, you wonder, what kind of compassion people have? Or do they have any compassion at all? Do they have any compassion at all? This is some of the debates that have been going on about the health care. Goodness. Wow. Do they really have any compassion with folks who have medical issues and folks who are very poor? Is there any compassion at all? I kind of wonder about that. Quick, I'm going through the unbelievable lessons that I talked about. Time, religious freedom, family, good health. This is blessed with good health. There's so many people, young people, have this horrible health. And many times it's because of things that Sister Lisa talked about. When kids get up in the morning and Your first meal is a soda. Have a nieces and nurses. Don't play. The number of kids that she sees in their teens with kidney problems.
Oh, wow.
Diabetes. Teens. High blood pressure. So the blessing of good health is, it's extremely important. And taking care of it is extremely important. Also, I talked about solitude is another one. Just solitude. I can spend any kind of time by myself, but never be lonely. Just in solitude. Give me a book, give me some place to sit. I can sit there all day and you read. My mom took me when I was a little boy. She said, lie on my back on the bed for the book, read for hours. And I can be in the room with 1,000 people. I have a book in my hand. I don't even hear them. I'm sitting there reading. I'm in the book. So I've been blessed to be able to do that. Just solitude. Doesn't have to be, away. Whether I'm in a room or all by myself, I can do it. Shut myself in the house for a weekend, not go out at all, and not be lonely. Also, the blessing of love. The blessing of love. There's something in child development for nurses and others here. It's called reactive attachment disorders. There's so many young people today who don't get the nurturing, whatever they need. I'm sure you get that. And it's amazing what these kids will do in terms of how they are starved, have starved. As little kids, as infants.
Yeah.
They need that, this was the nurse. Some of the things that the kids do.
Yes.
And it shows up in adults also.
That's right.
Because they are born through that stuff. They didn't get the love they needed as kids. Yeah. And it's a very common problem. Kids need to be touched and talked to and loved and stroked and played with. And some have never had the blessing of love. Or when they become young adults, it's the love in all the wrong ways.
Yes.
So there's another whole set of issues.
Yes.
The blessing of helping others.
That's a big one.
So I grew up Presbyterian. Oh, you grew up Presbyterian. That's not a disgrace. Grew up Presbyterian. But one of the things that I learned was to help others.
Yes. Good discipline and structure.
Good discipline, helping others, giving back, sharing your resources, helping others on the farm, those kinds of things.
Yes.
And the last one is blessing of opportunity. Just opportunity. That's a blessing. And I think if we think about that, how do we squander an opportunity, or do we maximize or optimize an opportunity? That's so important that we do that. I probably went over my time. I did. But anyway, that's some of my thoughts about time and what we do with our time. Habits and our outcomes. But it's really up to us.
Yes, it is.
Has nothing to do with anybody else. It's up to me. I can't blame other people. Every day I can find somebody to blame for something. What does it accomplish? That's right. Let's accomplish it. How am I using my time? Am I doing the right kinds of things in terms of my habits and my attitude and my interaction with others to kind of get me where I need to be? I think what God wants me to do. That's what He wants to do. Thank you. Make sure we get your contact information. And I'll send you the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Thank you. Praise God. I mean, so much information. Oh, we can do better than that. That was a great presentation. Yes.